NBC News. This is Today.
And now to a major concern for most new parents, sleep deprivation. Now, of course, we all know it comes with the territory if you're a parent, but for some of us, we can get awfully desperate.
Hey, look, I'll give you $10 if you stop crying, huh?
It may be a good movie gag, but it's no joke if it's a nightly struggle.
Mommy's gonna come and check up on you, okay?
Martha and Stuart Kramer haven't slept a full night since 1-year-old Dylan was born. He's up every 2 hours crying.
I'm exhausted. What I would really like to have is an evening to myself.
Tonight it could all change. Martha's instituting a new plan from a sleep consultant, which involves a combination of carefully timed and quick bed checks, along with soothing words from Mom, but no touching, no matter how hard Dylan screams.
Okay. Mommy loves you. It's really difficult. I mean, I just feel like he's calling me.
First, bed check.
I just went in there, he looked at me like, what are you doing to me? And he started even crying harder.
Martha's not alone. One study found that half of all U.S. babies get too little sleep, although 6% of parents felt their baby had trouble sleeping. In the first year, babies need between 12 and 15 hours of quality sleep time. Pediatricians warn of the consequences of a baby's lack of sleep.
They're not going to eat as well. They're not going to focus on their normal play, which is very important for their development.
And there are plenty of theories and books about putting a baby to bed.
I don't believe that one sleep method is necessarily better than the other. I think that different methods will work for different parents and for different infants.
For Martha, her method did work. After 4 reassuring trips, the silence speaks volumes.
Oh my God, he's asleep. Oh, thank God.
The Sleepy Planet co-founder Jill Spivak came up with the plan Martha used. Jill and her co-author Jennifer Waldberger wrote The Sleep Easy Solution, the exhausted parent's guide to getting your child to sleep. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning. Good morning.
So now you work with Martha, right?
Yes.
How's Dylan doing now?
Dylan is doing great now. Dylan had a tough first night, and then the second night he sort of fell asleep in about half the time, and by the 4th night it took him 2 minutes, and Mommy woke him up at 6:45 in the morning.
Wow, that's great. Now there's so many books out there about getting your baby to bed. How is your book different, Jennifer?
Well, we sort of found that parents were left hanging on the emotional side of sleep learning. It's really not easy to help your child learn how to sleep, and so we really wanted to load up our book and our DVD with lots of emotional support so we could really hold parents' hands every step of the way so they would have the confidence to know that what they were doing was the right thing for their child.
Now, it's really important to know the difference between you're having a baby who has a sleep problem as opposed to a baby that's got a medical problem. How do you tell the difference?
Absolutely. We always, when we meet with parents, the very first thing we ask them is, has your baby had any issues at birth or since they've been born? Has there been anything that the doctor has red flagged? We always want them to go back with their plan that we create for them to their doctor and make sure that everything is a-okay before starting any kind of sleep program, and that's with medical issues and with weight issues.
Now, in fact, you guys, it's kind of reassuring to know that celebrities have problems with their kids sleeping as well. You've worked with some celebrities, Conan O'Brien's kids, Ben Stiller, Greg Kinnear, and Amy Brennerman. When it comes to your children, celebrities are no different than anybody else, right?
It's true. A celebrity parent is really just like any other working parent who's trying to balance being, present at their job and doing a good job, and then being a loving, caring, attentive parent. And so at the end of the day, a tired parent is a tired parent.
Right.
There's some logistical issues with celebrities and some scheduling pieces to figure out, but we found our celebrity clients to be very committed to, helping their children do the best they can.
So now, what is the no-cry solution? Or I said the least cry. The least cry.
Our least cry.
Your least cry solution.
Yeah, I mean, basically what we're looking at when we're creating a sleep plan, and we do this in the book and the DVD, is looking at making sure that parents are creating an airtight, leak-proof plan, that they are not missing any important factor in making their plan, so that the baby can get through the process of sleep learning in the quickest amount of time with the least crying. I was a mother who, or I am a mother, and I have 2 children. I had my first
kids are going, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Hi, kids. No, I am a mom, and I got into this because I had a child who wasn't sleeping, and I was, as a self-professed queen wimp of the crying thing. So our ambition has been always in our practice to keep that crying and that frustration at an absolute minimum.
And you say consistency is really one of the major keys.
Absolutely. If you give your child mixed messages, sometimes allowing them to do a little crying, sometimes going and picking them up or patting them or holding them, then the child becomes very confused and they don't know how to learn the skills they need to learn.
How is this different than, let's say, the ferberizing thing? We've all heard about ferberizing. You let them, you let them scream it out over a period of days, and boom, you're done. How's this different?
Well, I mean, first of all, we want to make sure that parents are very present in this process, so we have them going in and being very reassuring to their children without doing for them what they need to learn how to do themselves. The second piece, and I think Jennifer mentioned this a few minutes ago, is this emotional component, and that's where we really came in and said, you know, the one thing that's missing out there is that parents need emotional support and a really solid understanding for how to get through these problems, why it's important for children to get their sleep nutrition, and how they can get through this as quickly as possible, but knowing that they're doing the right thing and that they're still being loving parents and available parents.
Now, is this different for the sleep things that you can do for your child, different for babies as opposed to, say, toddlers?
Yeah, there are some differences. The core issues are the same in terms of being consistent, making sure the bedtime is correct, making sure your child goes to sleep awake. But, you know, toddlers are all about testing limits. They definitely have strong opinions and ideas about things. So you can take advantage of an older child's verbal ability to explain to them the changes that you're going to be making with sleep. We like to have parents make a book for kids, very simple stick figures, where they just explain the changes that they're making, walking them through the new routines and helping them understand what's important.
Great. Well, I'm going to try it tonight. I'm hoping. Jill Spivak, Jennifer Waldberger, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
If you'd like to read an excerpt of the Sleep Easy Solution, check out our website at todayShow.com.